The F-15EX Eagle II represents the ultimate evolution of a legacy air superiority platform, redesigned for the high-end fight.
While the F-35 focuses on stealth, the Eagle II is built for payload, speed, and long-range persistence in contested airspace.
It is a pragmatic response to the aging C and D models, ensuring the Air Force maintains heavy lift kinetic capacity.
Strategic necessity stems from a growing gap in air-to-air missile counts during large-scale engagements against near-peer adversaries in the Pacific.
Welcome to K.L. WAR FRONT. Today, we analyze the F-15EX Eagle II. With 20,000 flight-hour life cycles, the EX is not a temporary fix, but a structural cornerstone for decades to come.
Is it an obsolete target for modern SAMs, or is it the world's most capable non-stealth fighter? Let us examine.
The initial procurement of 144 aircraft signals a major shift in how the Pentagon views the balance of stealth versus mass.
Unlike the F-22, the Eagle II is designed for ease of maintenance, utilizing existing ground support equipment and pilot training.
This interoperability allows for rapid deployment without the massive logistical footprint required by fifth-generation stealth coding maintenance schedules.
The threat is real. The J-16 and Su-35 represent the EX's primary kinematic rivals in the current global arms race. Can the Eagle II survive in a world dominated by the S-400 and long-range PL-15 air-to-air missiles? Data suggests that without significant electronic warfare support, any non-stealth aircraft faces extreme attrition in the first 24 hours. However, the Eagle II is not flying alone. It is the heavy in a sophisticated, multi-domain networked ecosystem.
Its role is simple. Carry the weapons that stealth fighters cannot fit inside their cramped internal weapon bays.
We must ask, does the lack of low observable technology make the Eagle II a liability or a necessary brute? The answer lies in the EPAWSS, the Eagle Passive Active Warning Survivability System. It creates a digital shield, jamming enemy radars and providing the Eagle II a fighting chance in contested environments.
Speed remains a factor. The EX can reach Mach 2.5, allowing it to dictate the terms of engagement and egress.
This chapter established the frame, a high-capacity, high-speed missile carrier designed to complement, not replace, the stealth fleet. On the modern battlefield, the Eagle II operates as a back-row quarterback, managing the tactical picture while staying out of reach.
By utilizing Link 16 and Omen architecture, the EX receives target data from stealthy scouts without emitting its own radar.
This silent stalking mode allows the EX to launch missiles from distance, remaining undetected by traditional thermal and radio tracking.
However, the sheer size of the F-15EX gives it a radar cross-section comparable to a large barn door.
This makes it vulnerable to long-range interceptors like the Russian MiG-31BM or the Chinese J-20 in an ambush.
In a Day 1 scenario, the F-15EX stays outside the lethal range of high-end integrated air defense systems. Once the door is kicked open by stealth assets, the Eagle II moves in to provide sustained air-to-ground dominance.
Can it dogfight? Yes, but with modern off-boresight missiles, the days of the classic turning engagement are largely over.
Tactics are everything. The EX uses its massive fuel load to orbit for hours, a feat the F-35 cannot match.
How does the pilot manage 12 missiles and a complex EW suite?
through the most powerful mission computer in existence.
It processes 87 billion instructions per second, reducing the cognitive load on the two-man or one-man crew significantly. This allows for real-time target prioritization in a target-rich environment where hundreds of drones might be present.
But there's a catch. The EX is expensive, with flyaway costs nearly equal to the stealthy F-35.
The Eagle II uses the F-110 GE-129 engines, producing 29 miles of thrust each. This raw power allows the Eagle to reach its perch faster than almost any other fighter in the inventory.
Tactical question. In a 2 versus 4 engagement against Su-35s, could the EX's radar outrange the Russian Irbis-E?
Evidence suggests the AN/APG-II AESA radar is the decisive factor, providing superior resolution and jamming resistance.
The F-15EX is a specialized brute designed for power, endurance, and overwhelming digital awareness.
Let's look at the teeth. The Amber Rack allows the Eagle II to carry up to 22 air-to-air missiles. This is a 100% increase in capacity over the older C models, transforming the jet into a flying magazine.
The primary weapon is the AIM-120D, with a range exceeding 160 kilometers and dual-way data link capabilities.
For close-in combat, the AIM-9X Sidewinder combined with the Joint Helmet-Mounted Cueing System provides a look-and-kill capability.
The AN/APG-821 radar is the heart of the system, capable of tracking multiple targets.
It utilizes interleaved modes, meaning it can map the ground and scan the sky at the exact same time.
What about stealth detection? The Legion pod uses an IRST-21 sensor to find heat signatures from enemy engines at long ranges.
This allows the Eagle II to track invisible F-20 or Su-57 jets without ever turning on its own radar. The EPAWSS system is the defensive backbone, providing 360-degree coverage against both radar and infrared-guided threats.
Unlike older systems, EPAWSS is fully digital, meaning it can be updated via software to counter new enemy radar waveforms.
But here is the vulnerability. If the EPAWSS fails, the EX is an easy target for modern long-range SAMs.
The fly-by-wire system is a first for the U.S. Eagle fleet, allowing for precise handling and automated limit pushing.
It removes the mechanical linkages of the past, saving weight and increasing the aircraft's structural responsiveness during high-G maneuvers.
The F-110 engines also provide a significant increase in electrical power necessary to run the power-hungry EW and radar suites.
Let's compare the large area display, a single 10 by 19-inch touchscreen that replaces dozens of old gauges.
It is essentially an iPad for war, allowing pilots to customize their view based on the mission phase.
Fail condition. If the mission computer crashes, the aircraft becomes blind, despite its functioning sensors and weapons.
To prevent this, the EX uses triple redundant processing pathways to ensure the data stream never breaks in combat. Structure is reinforced with a 20,000-hour lifespan, nearly triple that of the original F-15A models.
The Eagle II is not just a plane. It's a high-speed, 40,000-pound server with a massive payload capacity.
Go! Move up now! Stay low!
In the real world, the F-15EX must face the stealth gap. It cannot hide, so it must survive.
During red flag exercises, the EX has proven it can dominate 4th gen opponents but struggles against 5th gen stealth without EW.
The biggest limit is its thermal signature. The two massive F-110 engines are like beacons for modern IR-guided missiles.
Even with flares, a multispectral seeker on a PL-10 missile can often distinguish between the engine and the countermeasure.
Logistically, the EX is a dream. It can use the same hangars, tools, and parts as the 400-plus F-15Es currently in service. However, the advanced EPAWSS and ADCP-II systems require specialized training that most legacy F-15 maintainers don't yet have.
Combat reality. The F-15EX will likely never see a one-on-one dogfight. It will be a battle of BVR, beyond visual range. If an F-15EX finds itself within 10 miles of a Su-57, something has gone catastrophically wrong with the tactical plan.
The missile truck philosophy depends on the F-35's ability to remain undetected while spotting for the Eagle II.
What if the data link is jammed? The Eagle II must then rely on its own powerful but loud radar, exposing itself immediately.
Under these conditions, the EX becomes a high-value target for home-on-jam missiles that follow the Eagle's own EW signal.
This is the paradox of the Eagle II. Its greatest strength, its electronic power, is also its most visible weakness.
Fuel consumption is another reality. While it carries more, those two engines burn through it rapidly at supersonic speeds. For long-endurance missions, the EX relies heavily on aerial refueling, a vulnerability in a contested anti-access environment.
Does the EX have a glass jaw? Its large size makes it easier to hit with laser-guided or high-velocity cannon fire.
To counter this, the EX is built with rugged redundancy. It can often fly home on a single engine.
Let's talk about cost effectiveness. One F-15EX costs $29,000 per hour to fly. The F-35, over $42,000.
Over a 20,000-hour lifespan, the Eagle II saves the taxpayer nearly $300 million per airframe compared to stealth. This financial reality is what keeps the Eagle in the air when stealth is not strictly required.
Chapter 4 Conclusion. The Eagle II is a powerful, cost-effective tool with clear limits that require smart tactical integration.
Looking forward, the F-15EX is designed to be the primary carrier for future hypersonic weapons.
Weapons like the HACM require the speed and altitude that only the Eagle II can reliably provide. This moves the F-15 from a tactical fighter to a strategic theater strike asset, capable of hitting targets 1,000 miles away.
The EX will also serve as the mothership for collaborative combat aircraft, autonomous loyal wingman drones.
The backseat weapons systems officer will likely transition to a drone commander, managing a swarm from the cockpit.
This evolution ensures that even as airframes age, the F-15EX remains at the cutting edge of autonomous warfare.
Is the Eagle II the last of its kind? Most likely. It represents the final peak of manned fourth-generation fighters.
Its competitors, the Su-35 and J-16, will continue to face off against it in the gray zone of international airspace.
In terms of combat persistence, the Eagle II has no equal. It can stay in the fight long after others have bingo fuel.
But we must address the common misconception that the F-15EX is just a refurbished F-15E Strike Eagle. In reality, the EX features a completely new internal wing structure, new wiring, and a software-defined heart. Future upgrades are already planned, including enhanced IRST sensors and improved AI-assisted target recognition.
The F-15EX is the heavy hitter the Air Force needs to bridge the gap into the 2040s. It provides the mass that stealth lacks, ensuring that when the shooting starts, the US doesn't run out of missiles.
This human redundancy is vital in the chaos of a high-end electronic warfare environment where AI might struggle. The Eagle II is not a compromise. It is a calculated choice to maximize firepower and minimize operational risk.
As we conclude our analysis, the evidence points to a platform that is more relevant today than its predecessors were in the 90s.
The Eagle II is ready. The question is, are its adversaries ready for the sheer volume of fire it brings? This is K.L. War Front. If you value technical accuracy and tactical depth, subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What do you think? Is the F-15EX a waste of money or a strategic masterstroke? Leave your analysis in the comments. Our next analysis will cover the J-20's actual stealth capabilities. Stay tuned for the front line of military intelligence.
K.L. War Front, where the data meets the battlefield. See you in the next mission.